Hello everyone, I'm Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review one of the new films that came out in January 2017, The Comedian, starring Robert De Niro. This was directed by Taylor Hackford and had like 5 screenwriters. It's about a shock comedian who is very controversial, and actually, to be perfectly honest, this doesn't have a whole lot of focus on what it actually is about. I really did not like this movie, and it was really bad. And I guess I'll get more into that. So, starting off with the direction, Taylor Hackford, this movie was slow and had no pace, and it was all over the place. This should not have been 2 hours. They should have edited a lot of this stuff out of this film and made it more trim and slick. Visually, it didn't really have a whole lot of personality or style, which is funny because the film is about like trying to be trendy comedian, and it had a very jazz soundtrack, so you're expecting something cool and slick. They tried to do that with like the font for the credits and stuff like that, but there's a lot of just point and shoot kind of filmmaking with very slow pace and no sense of tone. This movie is all over the place. And in terms of the writing, this wasn't funny. And I think the most concerning thing was that when he was making jokes and people in the movie were laughing hysterically when it was very, very obvious that it wasn't funny. I have a really bad sense of humor. I laugh at a lot of things. I barely chuckled in this movie. And that's not a good thing. This was really bad. And it doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it supposed to be a comedy? Is it supposed to be a drama? In terms of the story, you don't know if this is supposed to be about him trying to revitalize his career or his developing relationship that he has with this character that he meets while doing community service. And this movie takes some turns that were so misguided, so stupid, and just badly written. And there's whole chunks of the film, when you really take a step back, had real no meaning or payoff to the whole scheme of the film, which was really concerning and honestly would have cut the runtime of this film so much. And I very rarely noticed any actual real emotion or connection between characters. There's one particular moment at the end of he's at the wedding of his niece, and the very end of his whole monologue and his stand-up, basically, there's a little bit of real emotion, and that's about it. And talking about the characters, nobody was really likable in this, and they're poorly written. Robert De Niro, I don't know, he showed up and did he told the jokes. He didn't really have very good timing or delivery of the jokes to go along with the fact that they were not good jokes to begin with. Leslie Mann was just annoying. She repeated the same lines like 3 or 4 times just to be like, okay, do you get it now? And Harvey Keitel was completely wasted and honestly didn't look like he really wanted to be there and wasn't portraying emotions correctly, and he was kind of muted when he should have been like being really angry. Danny DeVito was fine. I actually liked him in this movie for the short amount of time he was. The actress who played his wife, who apparently is a big Broadway diva, awful. Hated her character, and wish she wasn't in this movie. Honestly, this is my first time experiencing making a video reviewing a film that I hated this much, to be perfectly honest. And I had hopes for this when I saw this trailer. I had recently seen The King of Comedy right before I saw the trailer for this, and so I'm like, okay, this is really cool. Coming back to something like this for Robert De Niro would be really cool. It wasn't. It was really misguided, poorly written, poorly paced. There's nothing, and like it ends really uncomfortably. There's a lot of discomfort in this film. Pretty sure the only person I consistently liked through this film was Cloris Leachman. Showed up for a couple minutes, and every line she had was funny for all 3 minutes or so that she was in this movie. I highly suggest avoiding this film. Don't watch it. Don't waste your money on it. And I'm going to give The Comedian an F.